Hey, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a good presentation using the Keynote application on your iPads. You can use this application on any of the iPad you have, but you need to have only this application, which is absolutely free. And if you don't have already in your iPads, you can simply go to the App Store and download from there. So if you simply click on this applications button, you will be welcomed with this interface. We have the options like choose a theme or start an outline, and we have the other options like the recents. You will have all your recent presentations on this tab, on this section. Then you have the shared. If you have made any presentation which was shared earlier, you will see all that shared files in this option. And the other option is the browse. You can simply browse and find the applications if you have any. So if you simply swipe it up that way and click on this option, you will have all these options like recent, shared, and you have the location to choose from like the iCloud Drive, on my iPad, documents, and recently deleted. These are the recently deleted presentations which I made and then deleted. And if I click on select and select all, I have the options to delete all of them or recover all of them. So that option is also available. Then we have the favorites, which means downloads. If you have downloaded any presentation from online, you will see all the downloaded applications and folders in this download option. Then we have the tags. If you have tagged any presentation so you can find it out later, you can simply use the tagged option like red, orange, yellow, green, or work, home, or important. Let me show you how it works. Say for example, there is one presentation which was deleted. I'm gonna select this and recover this. Now we have this on, it should be in our recents. So it is already tagged. I'm gonna uh, tag. This is tagged in red. Let's tag in yellow, and here we go. Now if I go back to tags and simply click on the red, I get nothing. If I click on the yellow which we tagged, so that is a tagged application and it was tagged in yellow. So while clicking on the yellow, I get all the presentation files which were tagged yellow. So going back to our main objective, how to make the presentation. Simply, we will get back to this. We have two options. Number one, choose a theme or start an outline. Always go to choose a theme. While choosing a theme, you have all the themes available. You need to see which type of theme is good for your type of presentation you're going to make. For our tutorial, let's select the basic black. Now the basic black is selected. We have all the major options. Like in the first page, we get the presentation title, presentation subtitle, and author with end date. If you simply single tap on any of these boxes, it select the box and you have all the options like cut. You can cut this, cut, and now this is gone. If you would like to undo this action, you will always find that back arrow option, which you will find on the top right side. Click on this, it will undo the action. Click on this once again, you will get back all the options back. Cut, copy, paste, delete. Format, if I click on the format, I have the option to choose bold, italic or underline. So that option is also there. Select objects. If I click on this, the object is selected, which we can also select by other means. This object selection can also be done with your tabbing it. And then we have the option of comments. If you click on the comments, you can add any comment like review, or you can add any comment if you have some thoughts in mind and you would want to do it later. While clicking on this, you have the uh, now the comment is edit. If you see any of these yellow boxes on any of your presentations, you should be aware that it has some comment. If you click on this, it will show you what is the comment. And one thing to notice, if you have this comment, you will not get this comment on your presentation preview, and this is only in the background and for your own consumption only. If you have done with the comment, you can simply click back on this and click on the delete comment. Delete. Now the comment is deleted. Once again, if I click on this, I will get multiple options like the comment, as we discussed earlier, animate, and link. Now we have the option to presentation title. We can change it. If I double tap this, it will give me the option to change it. Let's, for example, I put the title business case, and this business case is about gaming hub. And now we have the author and date. So for example, author is Mr. Yahya, and the date is, say for example, you can put any current date, but whatever the date is, you can put there. Now we have the page, and we have selected the title, subtitle, and author. If I click on this, I get this option which says animate. If I click on the animate, it gives me the option to animate the object. I have a page, and on the presentations page, we have different objects. I clicked on the object and then select the animate, which means I'm gonna animate the selected object. We have three options: add built-in, add action, add built out. Built in means you have the page and something is coming into your page as the animation. Say for example, we have selected this object which says business case. I'm gonna add built in, and I'm gonna add the blur animation. So it gives me a preview how it's gonna look like. I'm gonna say done, and once I clicked on this, the animation is added. Let's play the presentation, and while I click on this, it is the built-in. So it was not there before. Built-in means it was not there. When you click on this, it will come on your screen. So you can use these options to make your presentation as appealing as it could be. Now if I click back on this, go to animate. So it was earlier saying add built-in. Now it says blur built-in, which means I have selected the blur as in built-in. If I click on this, I have multiple options. Number one says play. If I play this, it will show me how this animation is going to work. Then it gives me the option to change the duration. I simply click on this and I can slide right or slide left to add or decrease the duration. Then the second option we get is the delivery. If I click on the delivery, it says all at once, by paragraphs, by paragraph group, or by highlighted paragraphs. We can make that animation all that options and all that objects. The third option says start. By default, you will always get the start the animation by tapping. In journal, people use this by default option which says tap, but there is one another option which says add after the transition. Say for example, the previous transition happens, and right after it's happening, it will happen automatically, and you can also adjust the delays. By default, or on tab, which is a preferred mode, and I also choose this option. Okay, so the first animation was to add the built-in. I chose the blur. I can also add an action on this. If I play this, this is how the built-in blur was selected as the animation. Let's add the action on this same object. If I click on this and I say, for example, I say rotate, it's going to rotate. So now I have added two things. Number one was the animation. Number second was the action. Let's play this once again. We have nothing. It was the built-in. So single tap, the first animation, the second tap, the second action. So these two options were there. Now if I click on this animate once again, I have the option to simply delete this. And also I have the option to make changes in the rotate action. So for example, if I click on this, I have the option to adjust its duration, to change its angle, or to make it to make it clockwise, anti-clockwise. I can rotate this in numbers. Then I have the option to change the acceleration from none to ease in out or ease in out altogether. And let's, for example, I deleted that animation as well. Now let's try the other option, which says the add built out. If I click on this, it gives me multiple options to choose from. Let's suppose we go with this fly out. Now the animation of the fly out is selected. Now you will notice one thing. If I done this and play the presentation, now in the built-in case, this was not there, and while my tapping on the screen, it came in. Now the business case is already written there, and if I click on this, it will goes out. So you can choose any option based on your presentation, based on what information you want to show to people and what information which you want to get rid of in front of the people, while presenting your presentation. Now these were the animations you can apply to your objects. These were the animations which you can apply to your objects. While staying there, you have some other options, like if you click on this and simply press on this brush, you have all the options like style. You can change any style as per preference, but I don't like this type of styling. I won't be using them, but the option is there. If you have a use case and you would like to use it, you should be using it. Then you can fill this with multiple different other options. Say for example, we settle with this preset, and then we have the color options to choose from. There are a lot of colors. If you're not satisfied with that options only, you will also get all these options to choose from. And you will also have this dial to make sure if you want to go for the professional level color grading. And then there is an option which says gradient. If you click on this, you have two colors stack on each other. It starts with this color, ends with this color, and you can flip the colors. If you flip this, you will see the color is now changing upside down. And you can also change the color angle. This is a very useful thing, and I think you can use this, you will be using this more often than other options. Then you have the option to select the image in the background. So for example, if I click on this, choose a photo, I can choose any photo. Say for example, this is the Roblox, and if I want to use the Roblox as this certain object's background, I can do this. And we have these options. Say for example, original size, this is going to be very small. Stretched, tiles, scale to fit, or scale to fill, or scale to fit. Most oftenly, I would recommend you should be using the scale to fill. This will be good. And then we have the option to color overlay. If you use this color overlay, and you can adjust the opacity as well. So to fill this, you have all these options available. Then we have the option to add the borders, and we can also select the border style. Say for example, if we want this option there, we can have it. Let's go back. We can add the shadows, any shadow we would want to add, but I don't think so you will be seeing the shadow because we have the black background, so shadow won't be that visible. We can add the reflection. If you see, the reflection is there, but I have never seen someone using the reflection option ever. Then we have the opacity. We can adjust the opacity based on our needs. Then titles and caption, we can add the title. If you would like to add the title, you have the option to enable it. It's by default on top, but you can also choose it to be on the bottom side. I never use the title, and the same option is also with the caption. You can choose to enable it or disable it. So it is by default disabled, and I have not seen many people using this option, so I'm also keeping it disabled. Now we have the options with the text. You can play around with the text with multiple options, starting with the style. We have all these styles available. Then we have the basic options like the font selection. We have a lot of fonts to choose from. And we have the option to make it bold, italic, underline, and all these options. We can use all caps, small caps, and we can increase or decrease the baseline. So these options are available if you are someone who would love to play with the text. So the options are there, you can play. Like we have the option extreme left side, center, extreme right side, or we can use the justify. Similar with this and the content, we can take the content up, center, or down, bullets and lists. We can choose these bullets if we would like to. And same thing with this option to adjust your content right or left. Spacing option is there, margins, and basically all the text options which we will get we have there. Same with the arrangements. So in the arrange, we have the option to make this on the center, on the back side, or on the front side. But you won't notice in this color format because it is white, and we have the mostly white theme, so it won't be that noticeable. But still, the option is there. We have the size and position options, constraint propositions are there, rotation is there, flip horizontally or flip vertically, all the options are there. We can lock this or unlock this. And the align and distribute options are there. The options are all there in styling, text, and in the arrange. We can make all the changings as per our needs. Now it was options of the object. If we now click on the background and now select this option, number one, we get the option to change the layout. I'm gonna back to the original one. We have the option to change the background color. Let's keep this. These are the other options. Color, again we get all that color options including the gradient and image. Now there is one more option which is the dynamic. If you click on the dynamic, if you look at this, these are now moving in the background. You can choose this, and this is more intuitive as compared to others. You can also adjust the movement speed, you can adjust the heights, you can adjust the peaks. You have all these options. Now if you click on this, you have an option to simply share this to anyone. uh, that was the first page of the presentation. If you would like to add more pages, you simply need to plus you simply need to press this plus button. You have the option to add more slides with any type of theme, uh, with any type of theme you would like to. Let's stick with the uh, titles and bullets. Okay, so in first page, we learned how we can add the transitions onto the objects, but there is one more option. We can also add the transitions on the pages. Say for example, if I click on this page, it gives me all the options from cut, copy, delete, select all, duplicate, skip this slide, transition, and edit slide layout. Say for example, I have here three slides, and for some reason I don't want to show this slide. I click on this, I click on the skip slide. See, now if I click on the play, the second slide was hidden, and we will only be seeing the first and third slide. If I click back again on this and unskip this, now this slide is visible, and this will also be presented in our sequence. We can also adjust the sequence by simply dragging there. As per preference, we can change any preference, and we can change the positioning of the pages. Let's click this. We can also duplicate this for some reason. If you want to have the same page with a little modifications, you can duplicate it and make the slide adjustments on the page too. Or you can simply delete the page. You can simply Now let's get back to the transition. It says add a transition. Click on the transition. We have all these options available. Let's select the droplet. Now that is the droplet effect. Done. You would notice few things. If I play the presentation, and while changing the page, it gives us the effect which we selected in the page changing transition. Now let's explore some other options. Say for example, we have this option which has the tables. Let's say for example, if we want to have this, we can edit anything in this. Suppose Jan, Feb, and March. So region 1 is a region 2. We can present the numbers of any regions, and if during the presentation the requirement is to show the numbers of the regions, we can simply go to this setting, add a table, and make the adjustments as per our needs. Now let's delete this and let's go to this. We have the options to show the pie and other options. Let's stick with this pie style. Now if I click on this, I have all the options including the edit data. I can make all the adjustments as per the data I have, and these percentages are auto calculated. There is one more thing. If you stretch to make it big, the resolution will not be broken out. You will still have the high resolution graph there, and you can simply put this there. Let's delete this. We have the option to add the 3D as well. Look at this. 3D looks more good, and obviously we have all the options here again, which says the edit data and edit series, comments, animation. We can also animate this as well. Now we have the option which is interactive. This one is the best, I believe. Let's for the demonstration click on this. Now let's expand it a little bit. We have the data from the April. If I scroll it down, May, June, and July. Look at the animations. This is the interactive mode. This is one of the good options we get in the Apple's Keynote application. So delete this. The other option we get there is the shapes. If you are into making the presentations, you know how important the role of shapes is. Say for example, let's use this shape. Doesn't matter how much you make it big, how much you expand it, the resolution is not going to break. You will still get the highest resolution possible. Okay, so we have the other options, like we can add trees, we can add food, symbols, education, art, science, people. We have a lot of options, and shapes plays a great role in making a presentation a good one. And we have a decent option to choose from when it comes to choosing the shapes. Similarly, we have the option to select a photo. Let's, for example, we choose this Roblox photo, and we can have it there. If you are presenting something and you want to present a screenshot of something, a picture, you can also do this by simply clicking on this and selecting a photo from your available options. We have the other options which we can also choose the video. I have no idea why would someone like to add a video on their presentation. If the requirement is there, you have the option, you can add that. You can simply select the camera and you can take a picture in the real time and put that picture in the presentation. You can also use the or record audio. I have no idea why would someone on earth would want to record an audio and put that in the presentation, but still, if the requirement is there, the option is there. Live video is there, web video, image gallery, and select from you have all the options to choose from in the selection. But there is one interesting thing, and that is the drawing. You have the all options. Let's select this. Hi, if you want to point it out, this come this or this. So that is a useful thing. You can have it, and this will make your presentation even better. All the options to make your presentation look good, the options are there. So we have all the important things in the Keynote application to make our presentation stand out. You don't need anything else. If you simply have a iPad, you can simply use the Keynote application and you can make a great presentation. So once you are done with this, you can simply save this, and once this is saved, you can simply share with anyone. You can simply go to this presentation. You can rename this. You have the presentation options. You can move it to any folder, or you can print it, or you can export it. If you want to export it, you have multiple options including the PowerPoint, because not a lot of people have the Apple ecosystem, and a lot of people are still using the desktop in the professional environment. So if you want to share this presentation with someone who don't have the Mac ecosystem, you can simply export this into the PowerPoint. And once you download this on the PowerPoint, the other person who have the desktop version, they can also play this presentation. Thank you very much for watching this video of the tutorial. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and do like this video. This means a lot for the new content creators. Thank you very much.